Hey everybody, how you doing? It is a Sunday afternoon as it always is, and today we're doing something a lot different. As a matter of fact, and I actually need to I need to move something. You guys are going to see this, so hold on just a second. I need to move a window so I can see what's going on. There it is. There's the window I need to move. Let me get this thing out of here because you're not going to want to look at that today. So let me pull that one out of here. Let's see, I'm going to have to do one of these little guys right here. And this is a little bit different than what we normally do. If I can grab it, holy cow, I can't even get my mouse to work today. What is going on here? Let's see if I can just use the... There we go, and then I can move it. We are doing something a little bit different today. We are not doing anything really retro computer related, but it is something I have been excited about. I don't think you need to look at that anymore. You can look over here. I don't even know if you need to look at this anymore. But hey, those of you in chat, let me know how things are going. Let me know that you can hear me, all those kinds of good things. And give me a 5. Somebody give me a 5x5, please. But we are looking at today something that I've been actually very interested in. It is this guy right here, the SOLDR. How many of you, first of all, have heard of SOLDR? This is the compact open source soldering station for makers. I'm really curious how many of you have heard of this. 5x5. Thank you, Mr. Landfill. By the way, Mr. Landfill for today wins the very first chat award. He can put that proudly on his refrigerator. He was the first one in chat, probably several hours ago. So nicely done, I can't even talk this morning. Mr. Landfill. There we go. Hey, and if you look in chat, if you're just watching and you're not in chat, make sure you take a look in chat. And one of the things you'll find are some badges next to the names. They'll tell you how long they've actually been members of the channel and supporting the channel, those types of things. So it's good to have everybody here. Hold on just one second. Had to do something with my Google Assistant, and I didn't want to activate all of yours if you happen to have them. We've got about 7 of you watching. I did not anticipate a whole lot of folks joining in on this one because it was late, first of all. And secondly, it's not really retro related. It's a tool that we might use for our retro computer hobby. It's also something that will probably appear on this channel off and on. The thing I like about this is portable. I can move it around. I can take it with me as a solder station. So it was pretty cool to me. The other thing, because it is this open source, and we're going to dig into it here in a minute, we can, and I know there's a ton of us who have 3D printers. As a matter of fact, we were chatting about it in the Discord. We're constantly talking about 3D printing, but we can print accessories for this. We don't have to buy. As a matter of fact, I could have download the plans for the basics, the holder and everything, and 3D printed it. But to get started, I really wanted this, and I'll show you why, because it's really kind of cool. Before we do that, though, let me see who I have in chat. And again, this is not what we normally do. We're not going to have any news today. No demos other than putting this together. But let's go ahead and take a look and see who we have in chat who is joining us. I know Mr. Landfill, of course. Mr. Landfill's, he thinks this should be fun. It should be fun, Mr. Landfill. We will see if it's fun, but we'll take a look. Mislav is here. Hey, Mislav, good to have you. Mislav is one of our executive producers. He also, as you will notice, that we don't have wrenches anymore for our executive producers. We have these big little shields. So Mislav and Jamie have shields now so that they can protect, I guess, our chat room and make sure it's safe for everybody. So, and you can get that by becoming a super duper member, as we call it. Actually, it's the Mega 65 level. We might spend a little time talking about that in case we have some folks, but most of you are already members, which is great. So I probably don't even need to talk about that today unless we get somebody new in here. Let's see, Taro is here. And Taro says soldering stations are always nice. Yes, they're great. And they're an integral tool for all of us in the retro computing hobby. Taro also says, I got a Yato YT82458 station for through hole and SM. Wow, that's more significant than what this is. I will say I do have over on this side of the wall over here, there is a workbench and I have a soldering station. But this one spoke to me because I'm just kind of curious about it. So really interested in that. So, hey, Mislav just in chat, look at that. Member for 33 months. And I have a special surprise for him. when he hits his 4-year mark. He doesn't know what that is, but he will get a thrill out of that whenever he hits that. So still got a long time to wait there, Ms. Law, but it's good to have you with us today. Thanks for joining. I know it's sometimes tough for you to join us because of the time difference. So thanks for spending time and joining us today. Here, let's see, who else? Mr. Landfill Tarot. Oh, Jamie's here. Jamie's just pulled in. Jamie's out running around. Haven't seen Jamie in a while around the neighborhood. Let's see who else we have. Retro Media Weekly, one of our newest members in the Discord, is here. Good to have you here, Retro Media Weekly. RMW is probably what I'll call you. Taro beat me to it. Nobody wants to type all that, so we're just going to call you RMW. I like it. Mr. Landfill says, I built a portable repair station in a briefcase. Oh, this is cool. Once soldering chips, testers, and more. That is super cool. I like that. Mr. Landfill also let me and RMW letting me know that we're 5x5, which is good. This is a new acquisition for me when it comes to soldering stations. Very interesting there. Oh, PC Expert's here. Hey, good afternoon to you, PC Expert. You might be interested in this. You're kind of a tools kind of guy. And then Xander has popped in with his good morn, moon, eve, night retroCombians. We got to have that from Xander, or I feel like we just can't start a stream unless we have that from Xander. Xander, good to have you here. All right. I think that's it. Looking at, we got about 10 of you kind of joining me. This is one of those I think is probably going to be maybe watched a little bit more afterwards. As a matter of fact, I am recording this, and I probably will do a video on this solder station for my other channel, and then patch in some of this, or just push people over here if they want to see it. So there is probably a video over on retrocombs-tech coming for this, although it's low in the priority list. I got tons, man, I don't know about you guys, but I got way too many projects, not enough time, and I'm having a hard time prioritizing anything. But for today, this is what we're going to do. So let's jump in. I am going to try and keep an eye on chat. This does take some focus, I will tell you that. And what we need to do is we need to pull up a page here. This is the page we'll be using right here to get our instructions. And you can see, hey, congratulations on getting your solder. That's kind of cool. Let me go ahead and get this back in full page so that you can see that. I think, did I just mess that up? Let's see. Let me go ahead and do this first. There we go. And then I think I have to do it this way. I always forget on the Mac how to do this. Let's do, there we go. And we'll get rid of that thing up to the top there eventually. It should pop away. But congratulations on getting your solder. This is where the fun begins. Yeah, part of getting this is the assembly. So just as a reminder, that is because it's open source. They want to feel like you're getting part of the fun is the assembly. We will find, here's the thing. We'll find out if the assembly is part of the fun today. So I do have the deluxe edition. There are other editions. There's the original edition. There's the DIY edition where basically you print everything yourself and then they give you the hardware, which is kind of cool. If you have a 3D printer, want to do that, it probably saves a little money if you have some filament. I'm not sure what the cost ratio on that would be. Probably would be. And then original edition here. So a little scaled down, but this is the big kahuna, the deluxe edition. And first of all, thank you, Xander, so much for the super chat. Was not expecting a super chat on an ad hoc, but that is always appreciated, Xander. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. It's great to have you. And yes, give Xander a thumbs up on his chat for me. Will you do that? Everybody thank him for continuing to contribute to the channel. Thanks, Xander. Really appreciate it. And if anybody else wants to check out the super chats and make sure it's working like Xander did, just, you know how to do it. All right. Okay. So going back, let's go ahead and pull up the deluxe edition assembly instructions. And here we go. Congratulations. It takes about an hour. That's what it says. So let's make it fun. Now we could play some assembly music playlist. You can see that here. But we're not gonna be able to do that because, well, the YouTube would cancel me. So unfortunately, I'm going to be doing this in silence. I probably should have found some music and had it in the background, but we're not going to do that. One quick note, it's possible to mess a few things up. Well, for all of you who watch the channel, you know that right there spells doom for retroCombs here. But it says especially the magnets. But don't worry, this guide will keep you on track. So when we get to the magnets, you guys keep an eye on me. Make sure I don't mess this up. Mr. Landfill says, in the 80s and 90s, I made many house calls repairing Commodore 64s, and probably with your soldering iron in hand would be my guess. Retro Media Weekly says, I'm actually going to change over to my other handle here to Beatles. Oh, good. Okay. And which at Beatles 2001 is his Discord name too. So yeah, well, he just said that. So I just copied exactly what he said. So there you go. Thank you for that. Yes. And thank you, Retro Media Weekly, again, for supporting the channel. Good to have you. All right, let's see. I can probably blow this up for you a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that so it's easier for you. Hey, there you go. Now you can read it. Probably even if, okay, it says ready, let's go. So here we go. It is a good looking station, isn't it? And I think the first thing, so here's what's included. We get a smartphone. Do we get a smartphone microscope? You know, I didn't know that that was included. That is a surprise to me. That's kind of cool. We get a multimeter, we get a precision knife, we get the premium bag, the soldering tips. We do get a soldering iron plus tip. We get a case, pen plus pen holder, fan plus, man, this thing has everything. This is pretty cool. Flash cutter, holder, wow, this is really kind of an on to go. What you'll build. Okay, so here's the information. Before you start, unpack all the components and lay them on a clean surface. Check that all screw parts are included for each module. Okay, here we go. Let's do the you know, what we always do over on the other channel, which is the unboxing. So let me clean off my desk. I did break out this right here. This is the Aurea, I guess. I like this. This is a little toolkit for electronics. I was hoping that this would have anything we might need for this build. We'll see if you like this toolkit. I did put a link down below if you need a nice little portable toolkit that you can carry around. This is pretty nice for electronics. I really like it. It's always had everything that I needed, but we'll have this over here on the side ready to go. I need to move. And don't peek, these are for our next live stream. By the way, I've got some really cool, I got 2 cool live streams coming up that are retro related. So make sure you, if you are new to the channel, which I don't think anybody is, but if you're watching later and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe and hit those alerts because the live streams are where it's at. All right, let me open up the toolkit over here. Let me get my water out of the way. By the way, I did bust my lip in case. Let's just get it. Let's just get the elephant in the room. Yes, I hurt my lip. Okay. So I'm sorry you are looking at, so I'll try and keep my view small so that you don't have to look at that. And let me go back here. I've got to go back over here. Let's see. Let me check something here, make sure. Yeah, we're still, okay, that's fine. For a minute, I was a little worried that I've been talking and you couldn't hear me. All right, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. So I've already taken off the tape on it. And oh, by the way, I do have another view, so you guys can let me know if no, not that view, Stephen. If you are looking for a little closer view, we can get in here with this camera. So if there's something you want to see with a little more detail, put that in chat and we'll take a look at it. All right. So let me go back to my desk view here. Let's open it up. Well, this is kind of cool. I like this. Look at this. See, we have. Now I don't have a lot of room, so we'll do what we can. So solder. I wonder. Oh. Here we go. What's this say? This is nice. It says, Dear Maker, what began as a simple idea to fix the frustrations of traditional soldering has come to life. Here you go. So stay curious, keep soldering. The Syringe Studios team, I believe they are, oh my goodness, somewhere in the Netherlands, maybe? Sweden? Somebody look that up for me. I don't remember, unfortunately. And then here is the QR code right there. That probably takes us to the exact same page that I searched for. So that is really cool. Does that one have the ventilation? I think it does have a little fan built in. It kind of sits on the top and works. That is pretty, I kind of like that. That's pretty nice. Look at that, there you go. A little branding. By the way, they're not a sponsor. I paid for this, okay? This was not sent to me. Matter of fact, I don't know that I've seen anybody where they've sent them to anybody, but I don't know, maybe so. Ooh, this is nice. Let's get this thing out of the box. Oh, wow. Check this out, guys. Let me get rid of the box. Look at that case. This is nice. Oh, sorry, I'm getting away from the mic. I probably should have put a lapel mic on. I did not do that. If I'm moving around too much and it gets crazy, let me know. We'll put on a lapel. If I have one even close. I don't even think I have one close. No, I don't. So we're not going to do that. But we have our little zippers here. Let's go ahead and we'll just remove our little plastic. This is really nice. This was feels very professional. Here, let me give you the close view here so you can see what's going on. So you got these little plastic on these little knobs, little handles here. So we're doing that. Yeah, you're getting the full unboxing experience of the Solder Station Pro if anybody wants that. I don't know that anybody ever asked for that, but that's what we're getting. Probably 1 to 2 hours worth of this. So hopefully, by the way, hopefully you guys are working on your own projects. Maybe I'm just in the background and then you just kind of peek over every once in a while. Feel free to share this on your socials. Oh, there we go. We have Retro Media Weekly is now back in his Beatles account. So I have switched my handle, but YouTube won't let me subscribe. What? Until the RM1 runs out. So, oh yeah, well, that's okay. Well, I appreciate it. I understand. We'll get you done on that later. Yeah, we don't want to double dip because so it's actually a safety net for you. All right, wow, look at all the stuff inside. Holy cow. It said to spread it all out. Now there's a lot of the stuff we don't need. This side, oh gee whiz, this is like Christmas, folks. Let's show you what we have. So we've got a bag of goodies here. Let me do this. Which one do you like? Do you like the top view or do you like the close-up view? Put that in chat. Let me know. I'm going to stay on this close-up view for a little bit. We have this bag of goodies. Looks like part of these goodies. Oh, look at this. We got our tools in here. This is really nice. These look well made too. Got our cutting tool. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. Designed in Sweden. Thank you, Mr. Landfill. I thought they were Swedish. Like IKEA. Yes, like IKEA. Here we have some soldering tips. I like the case, because you could replace the, look at that. Very cool. So we'll go ahead and put that aside. This is not part of the build, so let's see, I got to come up with a system. I'm going to put things that aren't part of the build over here, I think. Get those out of the way. This is the actual soldering iron, the, AFIN A11? Really not. Top? Okay, you guys like the top? Okay, we're going top view. Thank you for that. I appreciate it because I want to give you guys the views that you like the best. So here's our top view right here. You can see this. And if you want a closer view, just let me know. I'll try and keep an eye on chat. So here's the soldering iron itself. Oh, this is really nice. Look at this. And I'm sure this is programmable, probably firmware updates. This is nice. I like this. And again, this is just perfect for this type of system because it's small, it's portable, you can take it with you. So this is, you know, this would be something I might run to the makerspace with and take my own soldering kit. Say Jamie and I were going to run up there and do something together. I'd just grab this and go. It'd be hard to do with my other solder station. Although our makerspace does have soldering irons, there are some spaces there where I would like to solder that maybe I don't have access to one. So that's kind of cool. So we'll set this aside. Very nice case. I'm already digging the Deluxe. I got to tell you guys, I'm already digging the Deluxe because I just feel like this is really nice, really well put together. Now there is a little zipper here. Let's see what we have in here. We have some desiccant right there. I guess I can throw that in with my spools of filament. I don't know it's going to do much. I've been saving all these desiccant packs and just shoving them in my my material handling system in my bamboo just to help add some additional. So I hate that I would lose that ability. Now this is really cool. This is a small multimeter. Let's take a look at that. So that comes with it. Let's see, comes with flux and all. Yes. Very cool, isn't it? So here is our cell. I'm kind of amazed that they were able to ship that overseas. Typically they don't throw these in and you have to get one yourself. This is not an, it's not an outstanding multimeter, but it is good enough, I think, for what we're getting. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this now so that you can kind of look at that. There we go. There's the multimeter. Now I think I'm going to show you here because I think this is a little bit better on the close-ups for specific items. So that's kind of cool. Oh, knocked over my little cactus there. You can see that here. There we go. Yeah, again, it's not like super, but it is good enough. Got everything you need right here. Looks like you switch it over to whichever setting you want. That's kind of nice. And I'll put the battery in later. Looks like I'll need a little Phillips head screwdriver, and then we'll pop in the battery and we will be good to go. Let me go ahead and put this back on right here. And let's see what we have in the pockets. So let me close this. I think this was like this. There we go. That's kind of nice. Pretty cool. All right, let's go back here for you. And we'll set that aside because that won't be here. So we also have some solder here and flux paste. not solder and flux paste. We have solder flux paste. There we go. That's kind of nice. It even comes with the supplies you need. Oh, here's a little kit. Look at this. You even get a little kit to put together. I don't think we'll have time for that, but look, this is pretty cute. It says, I can solder. Look at that. Even comes with a little kit. I wonder what it does. Have to take a look at that. Looks like we've got maybe a 555. What do we got in here? No, maybe not. I don't know. Some little... Oh, we got some kind of USB. Oh, that's kind of cool. Whatever that is, that'll be my first project with this. I'm going to set that aside over here. Very cool that they include that. Yeah, sometimes a small multimeter is good to have a glue. Oh, well, look at this. We have additional, what is this, a battery? We have a little battery module. Look at this. I wonder if this is for this kit itself. It's got USB-C. Let me pull up over here because I think this will be easier. Look, see this right here. Got our battery on here. So this is a rechargeable battery circuit, and then you can do USB-C. Not sure what it's for. I don't think it's for this. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out as we go, but it looks like we're going to have a lot more to do in here than what we're going to get done today. All right, so we'll go as far as we can. I do have a hard stop, guys. I will tell you that. I have promised the lovely accountant that we were going to go to a deli up north that she just loves. It is really a cool place. I really enjoy it. So we're going to be doing that. So I will have a hard stop. So we'll get as far as we can. I'll try and shut up and do more of this. Let's go ahead and open up the bottom section now. See what we have in here. So again, nice dual case. We'll also have these little areas out here where you can put tools and things in here if you need to do that. What's on the back? Just plain. Okay. So open this up. Oh, wow. Look at this, guys. So here is the station right here. Now we do have to assemble, so I'm not sure. I guess everything's in there. Let me check make sure there's nothing in here. Nope, nothing in there, but that is nice that you have another little thing here. And I think that's it. Oh, ew. I didn't point these out too. So you have another place for, so this thing is set for even more tools. I could see me putting some additional tools in here too. So curious, what do you guys think so far about our little pack right here? Let me go put this back in the box. All right. I am going to zoom in too. I think this will be better. There we go. That's probably going to be, that's as far as I can zoom with what I have though. This camera, I don't have a really big zoom, but that should get us even better. Let's see. Got about 20 of you watching. Hey, for those of you who are not in chat, make sure you drop in chat and say hi. We'd love to know that you're in here. So about 21 of you, which is pretty good for my channel. So thank you for that. But we only have 8 likes. So if you've not liked it, do that so people will know that we are assembling the new SOLDR Station Pro. Now, this is where it gets tricky, I think, folks. This is probably where I need to go back to the instructions and figure out what we need to do. So let's go ahead and let me go back to our Mac view here. And tips and tricks, take your time with each module, quality over speed, which is what we'll do. We'll get as far as we can get. Make sure magnets are oriented properly, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Can't see the gifts in the following pages. Okay, we've got it. And here's some information about magnet assembly. So looks like this is kind of cool. Looks like we're going to open up the kit, and in the kit, we're going to use part of the kit for our board to put things together. That's pretty cool. And so here's some information. So we'll need to remember to come back to this for the magnets. Now let's go ahead and I hope I remember that. You guys help me remember that we need to come back and figure out our magnets. I'm saying magnets over and over so I don't forget them, okay? You guys know me. I need to do that. So let's see. Looks like it will get the job done. Sometimes a small multimeter is good to have, and that bag has lots of room for add-ins. Absolutely. We could 3D print and add all kinds of stuff. Let's start our assembly here. Okay, how to assemble. Oh, this is nice. We can jump around and get everything going. Let me just scroll down. Let's see if, oh no, you can't scroll. You have to go to the first one. So let's go to the pin and holder, and then that pops down. Here we go. And so, so this is the first thing we've got to assemble. So I guess I need to go back and finish opening this up. Now, I'm not sure how to open this up. So it looks like there's little, on the side here, there are these little yellow tabs. Let's see if I push those back. Does that let me open, or what's going on here? How about this? I can't even open it. Let me see. Let's take a look around here and see if we can figure this out. Looks like there's a hinge here. Looks like that is there. I would assume we open it. push those back. Oh, that seems to lock it. Let's try this. Oh, there we go. It's this way. Okay, so if you push these back, it locks it so you can't open it. You pull it forward, then you can open it up this way. All right, so now I don't know what to do here. Looks like there is another hinge there. Look, this is weird. There's a hinge here. See that right here? And then that hinge, let's see. Guys, I can't figure out how to open this thing. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to close this for now. Looks like I can just turn it this way and then lift. There we go. Well, now that doesn't, oh, shoot. I think the instructions at the very first should say, yeah, flip out legs first. That's what I'm trying to work on. Let's see. Let's get that first. Okay. And then maybe this opens like this. There we go. Whew. Wow. All right. So let me go ahead and let me move my plants. I don't think we need any plants for this. And get my cables out of the way. And let's get this over here so you guys can see it. All right, that's pretty good. It's not the best view. Here we'll have a pretty good view here if we need that. So we can get, that should get us pretty good. Stand up, then open, thank you. I think it opens from the other end. Yeah, we finally figured it out. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Looks like, yeah, it does kind of look like Gridfinity, and I wonder if those are Gridfinity squares. I'll have to research that. So let's go ahead and pull everything out because it said pull everything out. So we got our parts here. We have, oh my goodness, this is magnetic because I guess because it's, yeah. So here's our magnets that they were talking about. So this is metal. This part is metal. So you can see that, which is nice because you could put some metallic helping hands on here. I'm going to need to move this right here. Let me go ahead and do this while there we go. Let me check my view here so you can see that. That works good. And then, oh goodness, things are falling out on me. We have this one. We have this piece right here. Not sure what that is. Looks like there's a couple pieces in there. Let's go ahead and break this out. Or maybe it slides out. Or maybe I should leave it alone. You know, interestingly, it looks like this stuff is all 3D printed. So the kit, yeah, this does look like Gridfinity, doesn't it? I'm not sure if that's actually, hold on, I can check that. Let's check it. I just happen to have a Grid Affinity grid, and I've already can tell it is not the same thing. You can see that here. So not the same as the Gridfinity. They're using their own, and I happen to have this because what I'm printing over there on my 3D printer is a couple more of these plates. I needed this one for something. So not Gridfinity, just to be clear. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for now. Let's see, in here we have, oh, this is nice. We have everything nicely packed. We have everything in nice little packages so we can find those. Looks like we have a little application tube there. We have some springs. We have lots of stuff that I'll be able to lose while we're trying to put this thing together. We have a couple of braces here. I'm assuming this was, yeah, this is just kind of snap on right there, kind of like that. We have this piece here. This is really kind of cool though. I like the nature of this. And we have, here we go, we have our fan that takes our solder fumes away, so our fume extractor, set that aside. That's pretty nice right there. And then we have our solder, look at that. And we have our solder remover right there. That is really kind of good, so that's going to be somewhere. Oh, that's magnetic. See that, guys? That's got a magnet on it. This is why it's going to be important to place the magnet. So this one already has the magnet in it. Let me show you that over here. So you can see that little magnet right there. And that's what's allowing this to just kind of stay in place. And then you can just move that around where you want it. That's cool. So I assume when we put some of these together, yeah, you can see right here, we'll be putting magnets in here so that when this goes on here, it'll just stick in place. It actually kind of hangs in place just because of the friction, but you can see it's not going to stay. That's a pretty sweet system. So this is metal and this is metal. All right, very cool. Let me go back to the desk. I need to call that top. One of these days I'll do that. So I think we have everything out that we need. So let's go ahead and open up our bag here. Wow, we have lots of pieces. Look at this. Lots of pieces. Let's go ahead and we're just going to pull stuff out here and start assembling. So curious what you think so far. There seems to be no rhyme or reason where everything is, but it did say to unpack everything. I guess that makes sense. Kind of like a Lego kit. You're going to want everything out so that you can find it. Oh, this is rubber. This piece right here is rubber. Let me move this in so you can see what I'm doing. It's like a bow tie. Look at that. All right. Oh, we lost some folks. Some folks are not interested in watching us put the solder together. Kind of figured that. Oh, this is an interesting one. Look at that. So it's got a, yeah, be able to go like that. That's cool. Again, all the stuff you need to 3D print your own parts is available online. If you need to do that and add bits and pieces, you can do that. There's a lot of parts. I can see why this will take an hour. We've already taken an hour just yapping about it, haven't we? I don't know what time it is. Let's see. It is 30 minutes in. All right. I'm going to drop these here. Well, no, I better not do that because that's going to, let me put these little pieces in this area so they don't fly around here. All right, we're getting there, guys. I bet you could 3D print add-ons as needed to fit those squares. Absolutely. You could design your own, make your own. I need to check. For those of you who don't know, I just bought a Bamboo Lab H2D, and I'm really digging, just kind of browsing around the market. And I need to check to see if anybody's created some stuff, cool stuff for the solder station. I bet they have. I've been looking at Gridfinity stuff because right now I'm building 3D printing some organizers for, believe it or not, USB cables. I have a huge tub of USB cables, and I got a Gridfinity system. I'll show it to you all maybe in a live stream where I'm going to get it all organized and get rid of tons of duplicates that I've just thrown. So if anybody's in need of USB cables, let me know. I've got tons of them. I'm going to try and pick like the best ones that I have. All right, let's go back here. And what we're trying to create or put together is this guy right here. So we need this right here. It looks like we also need this guy right. This is just like Lego, isn't it? We need this guy right here. And then we need 4 of these. So we'll go ahead and get those. Grab the, oh, this is not a zippy. Oh, shoot. Let's go ahead and we'll just pop these out then. All right. Right here. Like this. And I believe, I thought it said these were going to be red. I'm not sure. Oh, now I'm going to have to go back to that magnet thing because I don't know which way they go. So I'm not sure. Let's see. We're going to assume that way. Let's see. It says you want them all to go the same way. So maybe if we just lock them up this way, we can do that. We'll put them on the side there. Now this is difficult for me. I'm going to have to go back and forth. I wonder, well, we'll try it this way for a little while and see how it goes. Let's go ahead and see if I can find the screws. Looks like those are C. The screws are right here, as you can see there, but I don't know what C is. So it's just kind of a crapshoot. We're going to have to guess because it doesn't really tell you. They're all grouped together, so who knows? I'm sure I'm going to mess this up. Don't watch me do this. Don't do this at home, kids. I guess I could have used the little whatchamajigger over there. Oh, shoot. Let me go ahead and... All right, let me get these screws. I need a little something to put these in. Let me see if I can find something to put all these little screws in. Well, depending on what they're made out of. Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll go ahead and put them here for now. Okay, it looks like the ones I need are these itty-bitty tiny ones right here for this step. That looks like, yeah, that looks like that. And then we're supposed to put these in, the magnets in, which is again where, I'm going to have to go back to that magnet thing. Let's do that. Let me go back and see what's going on with the magnets again. So it says, okay, so I'm looking at that, and then I need that tool. So that tool is, looks like this guy right here, okay? Yeah, and then you can see it's got that little bevel there. Let's see, here it is. Let me open this up. Okay, so we need out of here, which one was that? That was, okay, so we're just, I see what we're doing. We're taking this guy right here, and we're putting that in here. There, that creates our little magnet guy. So we have that, and then if we go back there to there, then, yeah, okay, so I've done that. And I guess I should really put my magnets in. Okay, I think I got that. So we take one of these, and it just said, let it grab whichever one right there, like that. And then we take and we put it in here, like that. So I guess that's right. Okay, so that looks, let's see if that, oh yeah, you can tell it's already starting to grab that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put our magnets in. So let me go back to here. And let's go forward and go back to where we were. So we're going to put all, okay, so we got a bunch of magnets to put in. Got it. Let me look at that, and then I'll get you guys back in here. All right, so go ahead and do that. And we'll do, you guys like the top view, you said, so we'll do that. And we'll just start inserting some magnets. Now, interestingly, let me see how this is working. There we go. Now, there was something in there about polarity. Not sure I'm following that, but I'm doing what it said, which is just take one of these and let it just naturally hit on top of that. And wherever that lands, that's where you put it in. So we'll see. You do have to kind of push them in there, that's for sure. I'll get this up here so you can see it. Let's see. I've been trying to get a 3D printer for a long time now. The reason I enjoy board games and 3D printing board. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Oh, I didn't get that one in there because I'm busy reading. How about that? Seems like this is going to be a lot of magnet putting together, folks. But I'd rather do it with all of you joining in. I don't know, and welcome, Ubi's here. I'm just kind of putting it on there and doing what it said, which is just take this and let it just naturally go where it goes. And you can see it just kind of pops on there. So I'm assuming that that's right. That's all I can do. Oh, this one's going to be tough. I don't think I can. Well, that one kind of gets in there. Let's see. It's really tight in there, as you can see. There we go. All right, so that one should be able to Well, that's pretty good. It's not going anywhere. If I've missed something, it still seems like it's good. All right, this one has a couple too. You can see that right here. So let's go ahead and get those. You get faster at it as you do it, for sure. Oh, that one went on there. That one did not do what I wanted it to do. Get off of there. Get off of there. There we go. This one is not staying in the hole. Let's see. Wow. It is not staying in that hole. Let me see if I can just get it started first, and then there we go. Those are so close together. This one's wanting to pop out and hit that. These are some strong magnets, that's for sure. All right, so we have that. Now, we've got to put these together, and let me go back and see what we need to do here. So this goes, looks like this goes this way. I will say these are all 3D printed. So this looks like this stops this, and this is going to go this way. Yeah, that's the way that's going to go. So what we have is, this is going to go like this. So we've got some screws we need to screw in on the sides. I am going to need a, looks like a teeny tiny Phillips screwdriver. So it's a good thing I got this guy out. This looks like it's going to be the right size. So let me go ahead and grab this. And that's going to be really tiny. So I'm going to assume that this one will work. This is, I'm using a J00. Let's see if that's going to work for us. I don't know if this video would be helpful for somebody. Maybe who came in and is having problems, so maybe it'll help. Hey, Evil J, welcome. It's good to have you here. Ubelly and you have both joined us, so good to have you guys here. I'm trying to get this solder station put together, and it is going to take a while. Looks like, is this going to be too big, too small? No, this looks like, this is going to be too small, so that's not going to work. Let's pull out a bigger one here. Let's try a J0. See if that one, I don't want to strip it, that's for sure. That one seems pretty good. All right, so let's try that one. And then we'll put this on here. And looks like, the nice thing is this is being held in place pretty well by the board here. So let's see if that's going to work. Oops. This is tricky. I feel like the tolerances on this are, when it was printed, let's go ahead and see if we can get in place. Maybe that'll help. There we go. Snap it in. Kind of snapped. You got to push down on this and it'll just snap into place. And then we'll take these. And hopefully that's going to catch. And don't over tighten, Stephen. Definitely don't over tighten. And then we'll do this one. Let me give you a close-up shot here. I think you can. So taking this screw right here, and we're going to put it right in here and cinch it down. And that seems perfect right there. And then whatever this is, it does this. I don't know what this is, but it does this. Look at that. Oh, looked like we lost a magnet. Is that the one I've been having problems? That's the one that flipped out. Look, I lost it. It went away. Where'd it go? We're down a magnet already. I wonder where it went. Oh, there it is. It's on here. Wow. For some reason, that magnet is not staying in this hole right here. Looks like this hole did not print properly. Let me take our tool here and see if I can force it in there. All right, pushed it in there. Maybe that'll do it. It looks like this one could go a little bit further too. All right, looks like I got those in there the way they're supposed to be now. Looks like maybe that is going to hold maybe like the soldering iron. Let's go ahead and put that up here. Let's go back and see what else we have over here. So this, then we come down here and, oh yeah, it's for the soldering iron. So then we need a couple more pieces. Let me see if I can find those. It looks like this one and this one, I think. Yeah, that looks right. So we're going to pull out this piece here. And you can see we have our magnets there, and then we have this one right here. So let's go ahead and do our magnets first. Let me get these guys, this guy out of the way here. I don't think we're going to need that for a while. Let's go ahead and do our magnets. We got 2 of those. We'll put those in. Right there. And we'll put that one in there. I know you guys like the top view, but I feel like the top view is not giving you the view that you need because it's kind of far away. See? So just let me know if you don't like those. So, hey, Evil J, welcome to Vic 20 Colors. I thought you were already a member, Evil J. How did that happen? But Evil J just joined. If you look down in chat, you can see. And unfortunately, my yellow box won't let me do memberships, which I don't understand that. They should. But looks like Evil J came in as a Vic 20. Thank you for that, Evil J. Again, not sure. Are you updating? What's going on there? Or did you just share your member level? Is that what you're doing? I can't remember, but Evil J is always a great supporter. Good to have you here. Crazy glue time. Not yet, Jamie. Not yet. CRT artwork. Oh, I missed something. CRT artwork. Who's doing CRT artwork? All right, let me see. I need to go back. Looks like these are going to go like this. So, I mean, see, this is, I think the close, I'm going to have to use the close, guys, because I can't show you the things I want to show you. So this part right here goes here. Now I need to find out which screws I need. So let's go back and see which screws we need. We need, oh, the same ones. So we'll go back to our desk. Yes, same screws. So it's going to be this one and this one right here. Those little tiny ones right there. Then we're going to see if we can get these in here. We're starting to make some progress now, right? We're getting there. So we'll screw those in. This is going to be the soldering iron holder, if I'm not mistaken. Don't overscrew, Stephen. I'm just reminding myself. Don't force it. Don't strip the things. The good news, though, the good news is if I did, and I got to say, in some ways, I think my 3D printer might print parts better than what I got with the package, potentially. But if I do break something, something goes wrong, all of these files are available online so that you can go and you can reprint. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, I do think my printer probably might actually produce a little better quality. And I think, I'm not sure if, I think this is PLA. You know, doing these in PETG might even be better too. So some of these parts I might actually replace, who knows? So then supposedly, let's see. I don't know. Oh yeah, see, that just kind of sits there. I don't know. Let's go back to our instructions. Hey, we've actually got through our first step, everybody. How about that? We are cooking with gas. Let's see. Let's try it. Hold on. Where is my, what did I, oh, soldering iron is over here. Let's just see if it's working. Sorry if I'm really close to the mic there. But as you can see, and I don't have a, I guess I could go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and put this on. We'll go ahead and assemble the soldering iron while we are at it, just so you can see what that's going to look like. I do like this. This is really nice. You get your tips here. Come on. There you go, right there. Go ahead and take that out. That's a nice solder. I like that soldering tip. That's a good one. Dig that. And I think it's going to go like this, and then this will go over this, or no. How does that work? I can't put my soldering iron together. What is this? So look, there's no hole. Am I supposed to push through? But that doesn't seem right. Yeah, something's wrong there. I'll come back and do that later. I just want to check and see how this works. So let's see. Ah, so there's a situation where, see this? Because those magnets aren't where they're supposed to be, that doesn't work because they're repelling against each other. That is what it was talking about. So I've either got to swap these out or I've got to, but this is so, well, wait a minute. This isn't right. That's not right. Yeah, I've got to figure it. Maybe, yeah, maybe it is just exposed. Is that right? There's nothing else in here. Yeah. Yep. That is just exposed. And then this is just the cover. Yep. So there it is. So you've got to push this down further. And then this would sit in here and like that. Yeah. See that? That is kind of nice. But I've got to fix my magnets because what's supposed to happen is this is supposed to be here so that we can do that. I'm pretty sure. Let me go back to our Mac and check that and see. Oh, goody. There's the how to assemble step by step. And I just figured it out. And then important to make sure the magnets, the base clamp are oriented exactly as they attract. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about there. So, so we've actually moved way ahead here, but we need to fix these magnets. So I'm going to have to do that. Now that's kind of nice because then what will happen is you can have this, your holder can adjust any way you want, and then you can just put this in your holder like that. So that's kind of nice, but let's see if we can fix these guys right here. How am I going to get those out? Oh no, I've already messed them up. And I've already put that on. Let's see, maybe it'd be easier to get these out instead. Yeah, how are we going to get those out now that I've messed that up, guys? Because I bet, yeah, this is supposed to go, I think, yeah, I messed them. I didn't get any of them right. Oh, man. So this would be like this, your stand right here. And let's see, it's on the inside, so it'd be over here. So yeah, so that looks like, yeah. So I'm going to figure out how to get those out. Any ideas how to get those out? Hey, let's make it at Commodore Sam FVC. Hey, Commodore Sam's in. Good to have you here. Degaussing Picasso sounds like a title movie. It does. Magnetic Etch-a-Sketch and then degaussing to wipe it away. Oh, man. Yeah, there's got to be a way to get that. I've got to have some tool here. Hold on. Let's see if I do have this guy right here with this really sharp little tip. Let's see if I can pull those little guys out. I don't want to pull it out on this one. That's going to be harder. I want to pull it out on this one. Yep, I think this is going to work. I got inside. There we go. Got it. It flopped onto that one. And what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and pull this one off. Right there. And let's just go ahead and let's see. Okay, so that one's going to go that way. So we know that. And then we'll pull this one out. So if you are watching this and you're putting one of these together and you're looking for a tip, here you go. Man, this is tough. There we go. Got it. Hope I haven't messed that up. I think it's going to be okay, but got it. And then this one is that way. There, now we've got them lined up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply, let's see, it wants to be, wait a minute. So it wants to go this way, so those need to go in that way. Yep, because it wants to be on the inside, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back and check. Yeah, it wants to be on the inside right here. So these need to go in this way. So I've got it, now I've got what I do is remember which way these go and not mess this up. Okay. Oh, crud. Dag nabbit. All right, one at a time. So let's see, here and here. So this one will go this way. Man, it's hard to keep these oriented. Let's see if I can use my tool here, like they said. Okay. And let's verify it just to make sure I haven't messed that one up. All right, that's good. Okay, so now we need this other one right here. This way, okay, and then to make sure I get it right, do this, and do, oh no, don't do that. There we go. And this way. All right. Now, hopefully, let's check it out now, guys. There we go. Whew. And then what'll happen is this sticks to the magnet. Oh man, look at that. Oh, wow. Okay. So this will go right into there. There you go. And then you can move that wherever you want it. It does seem a little, I will say this seems a little flimsy. Seems a little flimsy. Wonder if I should have, well, you can't flip it around because that's the only way that can go. But, and then see, it's not going to go on this side. It has to go on this side. So that is interesting. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yep. Those are on the outside. So I've done it right. It's the only way it can go. So that is, first of all, that's probably my one negative right now. This just isn't as strong as what I had hoped. You know, if this is a hot iron and it's not really sitting in here, you got to really push it. So I might have to redesign that or something. So there you go. There's that. But you could, you know, take that, solder, and then come back over here. But I feel like because it's doing this, let me show you what I mean. Because it's just not sitting in there nicely, I'm going to put my hand here, and I'm accidentally going to flip and touch that. That's what's going to happen to me. I just know that's what's going to happen to me. Are you supposed to build it around the collar? I don't. It said, but I'm not sure what that would have done. Let's see. What are you thinking? Because it said, let's see. Let's go back here and see what it says. Put the effort in the pen and insert the pen. Oh yeah, maybe because I've, maybe it's too tight. Let's see. Maybe if we do that, let's go ahead and loosen it up a little bit. I'm not sure what difference that would make, but we will give that a shot because we should. So let's go ahead and go back over here. Oh, I see what you're thinking. I got you. We use the magnet and then the magnet. Oh, I got you. I see what you guys are saying. I feel stupid, but I understand exactly what you're saying now. So what you're thinking is this becomes a permanent part of this. So in order for that to happen, we do this. Let's see, is it this way? Yeah, we put that in here like this. So let's go back. I'm going to make sure I'm following this. Looks like it goes the other way. All right. So is that right? Yeah. Okay. So here's what we have. So this goes on here like this. I see what you guys are saying now. This makes a whole lot more sense. And then this will go this way right here. And make sure I've done that right. Yes. And then what we're going to do is screw that around here so that the magnets are what holds it quickly. Now that is a cool design. Let's see if I can, there we go. Took a minute to get that seated. All right, and then we'll take and put that in. Good catch, guys. This is why I love doing this live with the chat room. You guys squaring me away. Of course, if I would just watch the, or not watch, but just read the instructions. I think part of it too is I get distracted easily when I'm live streaming because I'm looking at chats. Not an excuse, sort of an excuse. All right, that looks pretty good. Yeah, now this makes a lot of sense because check this out. Now, yeah, I'm digging this because now what you can do is just do this and it holds it. And you take it off, solder, come back over here, put it on there, and you don't have to worry about touching it. Now that is cool. Okay, that works for me. Look at that. You guys want to see that? Do this, do that. That's better than actually trying to snap it into one of those things. And then you can adjust it however you want it to. Pretty cool. All right, that is cool. All right, let's see what's next. Let's see what you guys think about that in chat too. Okay, so now we're going to complete the pen holder assembly, which we've done. And so they're saying, oh, that is good. That's actually not a bad place for it, is it? So they're saying it should go right here. And then you can just do this and it keeps it out of the way so that you have your workspace. Oh man, I already dig that. I think that is super cool. All right, let's see what's next. Next is the module. And this time we're going to follow step by step so that I don't mess things up. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's that battery we were talking about. So we're going to need some magnets. We're going to need some screws. So we got that. Let's go ahead and get our parts. We also need we need this piece right here. Remember that? I'm going to put that, let me put my tool back over here, and let me get this stuff out of the way. What I'm putting, all this stuff, let me get it out of the way here before it's, wow, this is cool. Let me just do this for now. How are we doing? We're an hour in. We'll see how much more we can get done in an hour here. Okay. We also need something that looks like this right here. We need this. We're going to use a lot of stuff on this one. This is going to take care of a lot of our parts, extra parts and pieces over here. Looks like this is like a battery cover. Looks like we need some kind of, where's that? That's not this. Is that over here? Oh, well, here it is. It's over here. We need this little guy right here. We've got our battery. We need some kind of block, something that looks like a square block. Where's that? That's not it. Oh, that's cool. That's got a little mirror on it. Wow. Let's see. Get those separated there. I'm looking for, you guys see that H-I-L, what is it? H-I, so it's I, but I don't see anything that looks like an I. What is that? I am not finding that. Interesting. Let's come back to this. I know maybe a lot of times like Lego, if you get rid of parts, we need one of these. We need this little guy right here. Looks like we're putting our fan together. Looks like the fan's rechargeable, which is really cool. That'll be really sweet. We need our fan housing. Looks like a fan housing, which our fan is already in. So that's kind of nice right there. And then probably what we're looking for is the back of that, the cover, but I don't seem to have, oh wait, maybe it's in here. Ah, that eye is your filter. So that's what the eye is. It's your filter. So we have that. Let me go ahead and get back here to there. All right. So we have our filter. So I think we have everything. So let's, let me scroll up here, not over there, you over here. Okay. So we need 8 magnets. So let me pull it down to 8 magnets here. So we get those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 magnets. Got it. All right. 1 button. Did we get our button? I don't think we got our button. So we need our button. Our button looks like this little guy right here. A little yellow thing. See that? Okay. So I almost forgot that. And then we have this pack here. So, okay. Now I think we have everything. All right. So here are, let's see how to assemble. So here is our overall assembly right here. And here's our step 1. So let's go ahead and do that. It looks like the first thing we need to do is put our magnets in. So let's go ahead and knock that out and we'll get you a close-up view for that. Oh, we'll do a top-down view for that for you. Let's go. We're getting pretty good at the magnets. So let me get my magnet tool here and get started. And at least while I'm doing this, don't forget your outing with a lovely accountant. It's an oh, thank you, Xander. I appreciate it. Yes. Really appreciate it. And I might step away for a minute to see, because she's working upstairs too. So if she says I need a few more minutes, I'll let you know. But I may have to check in on her too. So I appreciate that, Xander. She will appreciate that too. I know I have at least until 4. All right. So we're good. I'm going to have to take this out because this is not working on this area right here. So let me push this in here. There we go. Get these guys in there. Yeah, definitely would say wouldn't want a hot iron near 3D printed parts. How will it hold up long term? Well, you know, it depends on if I hit them, right? I think that's going to be a lot of it too. I'm sure if it's like anything else that has ever been around a soldering iron of mine, that it will have burns like my hands. Hey, Jamie, maybe this is just, I think Jamie's still here. Is Jamie still here? Yeah, Jamie's still here. Jamie, this might just be the thing I need so that maybe we can get our PyDP 9s put together. Is it 9s, 10s, 9s, 9s, right? Maybe we have a solder party at the makerspace. Finally do that. Gosh, how many times? It's been 4 or 5 years since we got those. You've probably already put yours together though. But I do want to get that put together. So maybe we can I can take this and we can go somewhere and we can just knock that out. The makerspace would be a really good place for that too. Wouldn't mind spending a half day there putting that thing together. And then having you there would help me when I mess up my solder. So, well, that one did not stay where it was supposed to. Get over there. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? This one will not stay put. These magnets, guys, I'm going to tell you, they are something. And I'm just going to take some time here to make sure to really push those down. Now, the nice thing is if they're not mating parts, it doesn't really... Oh, I lost one. It's over here. Look at that. So there's not one here because there's 2 stacked up over here. That one jumped all the way from over there to over here. Holy smokes. Goodness gracious. Get out of there. Wow. There we go. Now maybe it'll stay where it's supposed to be. I'm going to keep this little guy handy. I think I need to keep that handy. Let's go ahead and move this up here a little bit so you guys have more. There we go. You can see more what's going on. All right. So I think wow, that thing is on there. It is not going anywhere. This one still looks like it's about to pop out though. Okay. There we go. All right. So we've done that part. What's next? Now we need to drop in the battery into the battery holder. Really? Lower the battery F onto the power cables with the battery's power cable sticking out of the case. But they don't really show me that. Come on, guys, that's not fair. Let's see if we can figure it out. So here we go. So we got to take this right here. And it wants the battery cable facing away from the case, but we got to shove that in here. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. Man, that just doesn't look like that's good for the cable. Let me just check. Yeah, it would have been nice if they had, let's read it one more time. Place H battery into the F lowercase with the battery's power cable sticking out of the case. All right, so let's take one look at it here. So here's what we're dealing with. Here's the case, and here are those cables I'm worried about if I push those down there. But that seems to be what it's asking for, so who knows? Let's see. Okay, it does fit. It looks like we're okay, so I think we're okay there. We'll go with that. Make sure one didn't get flipped during all of that. Yeah, no doubt. I caught it, I think, though, Jamie. Thank you for that. They all look like they're really strong. Which ones together? Yeah, yes, they will be fantastic once they're together for sure. Let's go back here. Next thing is, okay, well, that seems pretty straightforward. Part of that is already done for me right here. It looks like we do need to put, there's that little switch thing there. So that's got to go in. So let me get my parts and then we'll put this thing together so you can see what I'm doing. All right, and then it looks like we need a couple more of those screws right there. Let me make sure I get the right screws here. Yep, and 4 of those. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what I've done is grabbed these screws right here. So here's what we have, and then what you have to do is take this yellow part, and that goes in here. Looks like this is going to be some kind of on-off switch, maybe. There's a little rocker. Let's see how's that going to go. Let me take the fan out here first, and then see if we can drop that in here. There we go. So we have the, oh, I had it. Gravity was not my friend just there. I need to hold it in place when I get it in there. Oops, wrong side. That is tricky. There we go. All right, so then I'm not sure what that does, but we'll put that in there right like it says to do. And then we're supposed to put the fan in. So let's go back here and check that out. The fan goes in. So first of all, though, it looks like we need to take and put, yeah, where is that? That's this piece right here. So we need to take this guy right here and drop that here like that. Let's make sure I put that on the right side. Guess I put it on the right side. Doesn't really say which side to put it on. Look at the blades here. Yep. Oh, wait, is that? Well, maybe not. Maybe it's supposed to be on the other side. Yeah, it's supposed to be on the other side. It's a guard for the other side. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Again, just trying to take a little time. Let me use my tool here. I got to pull this out without breaking it. Get this under here. There we go. So this should really be on this side right here as a guard for that. There we go. There we go. And then that'll keep that out. Then, I'm not sure how this goes, but let's see. This is going to, oh, there's a little light on that. That's cool. So now I've got to figure out where the wire goes. There's a little wire. I'm going to assume that goes on the top and pointing out here. Like that. Although that looks like that's binding that, so I'm not sure that's right. Or maybe it goes this way. Yeah, that's probably more correct. Let's see. Because we're going to have to, let's see, there's the wire. Oh, there it is. Yeah, because the, well, let's see. No, the wire is going to go, looks like it's feeding down to where the, this is going to go here. Like this. So I need to flip that around. Oh, and then I just knocked out. I don't understand this yellow thing. What's it going to do other than just sit there and be annoying? Let's see what's going on. Yeah, because mine keeps falling out. There's this little yellow thing right here keeps falling out on me, so I'm not sure what's going on. That yellow piece might be a momentary, that's what I think it is, but I have yet, Mr. Landfill, to figure out how that's even going to work with the thing. Let me look ahead a little bit. Maybe that'll give me, oh, I see. Okay, it's going to have that piece is going to be in there. I see the way they're putting it together right there. Yeah, it's a little momentary switch so that we can hit the buttons, which are right here. I can see the buttons on this thing right here. You can see right there. So that's what, so we got some some weirdness here. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna break just a little bit here and see if I can bend that up here a little bit and see if I can get this into place here. I'm curious how this is going to, it looks like there should be something here too. Oh, that's the USB-C. So that's where the USB-C is going to, okay, I got you. See that little open area right there? I'm going to go ahead and try and just see if I can figure this out. There we go. That's good right there. And let's see if we can. This. Yeah, see, that's tricky right there because this is now is trying to, a little tool here. Oh, look at that. We have light. Look at that, guys. Let's see if we can turn it off. There we go. So the little button's already working. Look at that. Pretty cool. All right, so there's that. And I did that because what I want to do is figure out how to run this cable. It looks like maybe this is a little cable management over here, maybe. I don't know, something like that. Let's see if we can put our fan in now. And our fan should connect, I'm assuming, probably to that, which I probably should have now in retrospect. Yep, it's going to go into this one right here. So I need to go ahead and pull this. Now that I kind of know what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my fan too. Let's make sure I have that. So let's go ahead and get this plugged in. This is tricky. We got a problem, guys. We have serious problem. Look at this. My plug's mangled. It's broken even. Look at that. We're done. That is a mess. There is no way I can plug that into the board. Somehow in manufacturing, that thing got snipped hard. Look at that. There's one little inch. Oh, man. That kind of put the kibosh on putting this together. I'm going to have to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I should, I mean, I don't have another one of these connectors. Oh, that's a mess. Look at that. Any ideas, guys? I know. Oh, crud is right. Oh, man. That looks like, yeah, be sufficient light for sure, but I can't get the fan going because that is a mess. I guess I'm going to have to reach out to the solder guys and say, hey, hello. Oh, there's a little place there for the wires to go, so that's kind of nice. Oh, man. I mean, I could, well, I guess I could solder, but I really don't want to do that. No, I really don't want to do that because that is, I want to be able to plug that in, plug that, and unplug that. So, and I have never placed one of these little things on here. So this is kind of done. This step is done for me for right now, which is too bad. So I will reach out to them with a picture and ask them what's going on. The good news is I have a live stream so that I could share with them that I didn't do anything to hurt it. You know, because somebody could think, oh yeah, you just took that out and snipped it. But no, I documented it all the way through. So I will reach out to them, guys. That's kind of stinks because that is a major component of the solder station that we are not going to be able to get together. So let me do this. Let me set this aside with all the parts. That's really disappointing because that was really cool. So I want all these parts. Oh, and here's the little thing for the light. This is the diffuser for the light even. So now I know what that is. That's really cool. So let me take a bag that I have. Let's see, maybe this one right here. I'm going to put everything. I don't think it's going to fit in that. Let's see. I want to put all of that. Here we go. I'm going to put all the parts for this step in this bag right here so that I have it. And then I will reach out to them so I don't lose everything. And then I will reach out to them and ask them to send a replacement. Being very careful. Let's do that. Let's put this in here and we'll go ahead and do this. Put this in here and we'll go ahead and put the screws that we need too. That way we have everything. And we will just go on to the next step and hopefully, whoa, I got like a pixelated image on my screen. Look at that. What happened there? Why did my screen get all pixelated? That's bizarre. Hey, look, it's 8-bit all of a sudden. I didn't do that either. Whoa, this is weird. Let me turn off my camera here and reset that. Look at this. It's an 8-bit demo party. I did not. It's not an effect. I wish I knew how to do that. I would like to do that actually, but I can't do that. I think it's something going on with my camera. I want to turn off my camera. That was bizarre, guys. I don't know what that is, but I like it. Let's turn it back on and see if it fixes it. All right, there we go. It's back. That was bizarre. You don't need that. All right, let's go back here. Oh man, that was really wild. Okay, let's see where we are here. So that was a bust. That's too bad. That would have been really cool. But you can see what's supposed to happen here. So you put that, and then that's going to snap on there, and then it becomes your light. That's really nice if it works. And then you can see how it kind of works there. And it is your fume extractor too, as you can see. All right. So I will continue to put. Yeah, I wish I had an 8-bit cam. Now that makes me. That really makes me want to create something where I can do that regularly, because that would just be perfect for the channel, right? All right, let's go to our next module. Let's see if we can get that together. This is our helping hands. This looks a little easier. So this one, let me put this out of the way here. Our helping hands is, looks like it is that piece there. Looks like we're going to need some springs. I saw those earlier. Got those here in this bag right here. So we'll put the bag over here for us. Let's see what else we need. Something that looks like, what is this? It's yellow. Oh, they're not as big as they say they look on there. So actually, that's not what I want. I'm sorry, that's the wrong piece. I want, where is it? Where is the helping hands? Is that, no, that's not this one. Wow, I'm at a loss here. I'm not finding any of the pieces I need. Look, I'm looking for pieces for my helping hands, and I am not finding them. I think, okay, there's one piece. We found that. It's teeny tiny. Maybe it's smaller than I thought. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're really small. For some reason, they look really large, but they're not. They're really kind of teeny tiny. And then that is, wow, that is really teeny tiny. That's a little guy right here. So that one, and then a couple of, are those gaskets? What are those? Maybe those are in the bag. Let's see. Well, they show them black, but they look clear on here. So I don't know if maybe those are the same things as B, but it looks like that's what that is. So it looks like they're not black, but they are clear. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see if we can get this one to get, oh, and I need to go ahead and get 2 of these long screws, but they're flats. So let's see if I have those. And 2 short ones. So interestingly, on the screws, I'm not seeing exactly the same screws. I see the short ones, which are here, but I'm not seeing ones that are, because it shows that those are, the longer ones are flat, but the only longer ones I have a pointed tip on them. Let me show you what I mean. See, it's got a pointed tip on it. This one has a flat, and the screen, it shows that the longer ones are supposed to have a flat, and so I'm not seeing that. That's very odd. So yeah, there's only 2 sizes. There's the only sizes we have are the longs and the flats. And the long ones have a pointed tip, not a short one. So we're just going to assume that that's what I need. All right. So let's go back here and let's start our process here. So we need, in this little piece right here, we need 3 magnets and a spring. Hey, we know what's going to happen with that spring. Let's just say it right now. We already know what's going to happen with that spring. Right, guys? You all are just waiting for this to happen. You know it's going to happen. I'm going to flip the spring somewhere and we'll never find it again. Yeah, they have to be clear. That's the only thing I've got, Mr. Landfill. I don't know why they're showing them black because that does not make sense. Oh, come on, Steven. Open the dang bag. Wow. Can't even get a little spring out of here. Okay, got the spring. Okay, so there's that one. And I got about three more with them at the same time. So let me put those back before I lose them. Why is this bag so dang difficult? Open. Get back in there before I lose them. Okay, and then 2 of these. Black/clear. Again, don't do what I'm doing, kids. If you're watching at home, don't use your teeth. These little guys right here. And let's get one more out of here. You know, a re-edit of this live stream would be make a really good set of instructions. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that there for now. And let's go back and see what we have. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is this. We need magnets in there. Okay, so let me make sure, let me see if this is mating up with anything. Oh, interesting. Look how those work. Okay, so we've got, looks like we have 3 of those. So since we're putting together 3 of them, let's go ahead and get the parts for all 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3. Here's another one. Here is another one here. And I need 2 more of these. And I need 2 more of these right here. Actually, I need 4 more of those. And then we're going to need 2 more springs. Okay. So this interesting little design on the helping hands. And I'm curious, can you hear my 3D printer running? I left the door open when I went in there to get something. I just noticed. So it'd be interesting. Maybe the 3D printer is our background noise. Pro tip. If you're ever changing gears in your extruder, you do not have to completely remove the tension spring like people in their videos. Just back the tension screw out. Sounds like someone who has gone through the process, right? All right, let's go back here and see what we need to do. First thing we need to do is that. So we can do that pretty easily. And the good news, no, I don't want that view, Stephen. The good news is these magnets should be really easy to put in here. So let's go ahead and get our magnets. So we need 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. Okay. And we need our tool. Where's our tool? Come here, tool. Here we go. Here's our tool. And let's go ahead. And the nice thing about these is these do not matter. It does not matter how these go in because this is just going to stick to the board. So you do that and then it's going to be like that. So these can go any way we want. And we can really get those in there too, which is nice. Getting better at this magnet stuff. Two more. And in case somebody's coming in late, here's what we're doing here. We're doing that, push that in like that, and done. And then boom. So those are in. And then it says to do this thing right here where we put the magnet in like this, or magnet, put the little springs on. But I need to go back and look and see what we're doing. So I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to put these springs with these. It looks like we need to come back over here, mess with this thing first. So looks like What do we have here? So that's interesting. I'm not sure. Oh, I see what's going. Okay, I gotcha. So then for this one, don't over tighten the screws for sure. So, so I need to take one of these here, and those are the long ones, and one of those. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing here. And then we'll need our screwdriver. So let me get everything in place here. So this one, and this one, is that a long one too? That's a long one too. Okay, I think I've got it to where I can show you now. So what we're doing is we're taking this part right here, we're pushing the long screw through here, and we're going to screw that into here, because that's the only place on this piece it can go. So, and it was very clear, do not over tighten the screws. So, and this is going to be like the little holder for us. So let's go ahead and get this going. I'm not sure, but I think my 3D print may be completed. Oh, nope, started back up again. There we go. I need to tighten that just a little bit more. There we go. So now you've got a little grip right there. That's kind of cool. All right, and then we need to do the same thing for this part, and it's going to go in here. So we'll take this, take our screw right there, put that in, put that right there, and screw that one in too. And I halfway expect one of these to go flying across the room as I'm trying to do this without some kind of helper for the helper. There we go, it's going. All right, and I need to do that for 2 more of these too. So let me just go ahead and do it since I'm in that step. All right, that's pretty good. That started to bow out a little bit, so we won't do that one. So there's that one. Let me go ahead and get these. And I can look in chat. Every time I see those magnets in the animations, I see them as batteries, even though they have tons of I know. You know what would be easier if I just take this and do this. Get a bunch of these ready. Try and get some efficiency on my assembly line, right? So this goes a little faster. Okay. So then this one, we'll go ahead and do these first, I think. Those were nice and easy. That one looks a little crooked. Oh no. Shoot. Dang it. That's the thing. When you do this, I don't know if I can straighten it out or not. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, be careful when you do these. They kind of want to go cockeyed on you. There we go. That's good. And you can see right there how that fits in. There's a little area right here that lets it seat in there. So that's pretty good. Now don't do the thing that you did just a minute ago, Stephen. Normally, if you guys weren't here, I would have music jamming in the background. And it wouldn't be probably the somber stuff that they had in their playlist. It would probably be some 70s rock going on. What do you guys think? What would be good music to play for your solder station install? Huh? Okay, now we got to do these right here. And then in a minute, we will almost have these guys done. I'm printing some labels for my airtight TPU containers at the moment. How are you printing your labels? Are you printing 3D printing labels? Or are you printing the labels? Or are you printing labels in PLA that actually have text on them? What are you doing? Take care. Oh, hey, Taro. Probably already missed him. See you, Jamie. Looks like Jamie. Looks like we lost Jamie. Looks like we're losing folks. Nobody wants to hang out this long except for me to get this thing done, right? So those of you hanging out with me, I appreciate it on a Sunday afternoon. What time is it anyway? I haven't even looked at my time. Looks like, yeah, we're probably not going to get done. I don't know how in the world they think this is a 1 hour job. I'm not sure anybody could do this in 1 hour. Maybe, I don't know. But maybe if they were focused on not doing a live stream. I really feel like I need to get this thing done. I will probably, if I don't get done, what I may do is pop on for another live stream. I don't know if I have time this week at all, though. We have some traveling. I've got business travel coming up. But I don't know, maybe tomorrow night I could pop on, finish it up, because I would like to have the video. Man, that did not feel like this isn't a great bit for this. I'm going to bounce up to a T1. See if that's better. Yeah, T1's actually a little bit better. Gets a little better grip on me. All right, so we got that one. All right, then what we're supposed to do is to put this thing together. We have the small screws, so I need a couple more of those. And this is where the spring action is going to come into play, and everything's going to go flying everywhere. All right, let's see. So let me take a look at this. So this is here. This is here. This slides in like this. And I'll show you what I'm doing after I look and see how I'm doing it, so I don't mess it up. And then this goes here, and then this goes here, and this is like that. Let's see. Oh, that's it. All right, let me show you what we got here. So I'll put another one together. The spring is in here, but you can see right here, that's going to hold the thing. So I've got to take some screws and get them in there, and that's the smaller ones right here. So let's see if I can get those started here. Those are going to be difficult. There we go. Ah. Yeah, these are tricky. The good news is in a minute we'll have some helping hands. Maybe we can use it for some other things. Why are you messing around with me and not going in there? There we go. Finally got it started. I'll put another one together here in a minute so you can see how it works. And then we've got to do one on this side. All right. Doesn't if it doesn't, I can always print some with the text embossed on them in a different color. It's fun to, yeah, it is. This new printer that I have is my first multicolor. It does have the AM. It has an HT1, which I typically keep black in, but then it's got a four colors in my AMS2, which is nice. So here you go. There you go. There's your little helping hands, and then that goes boom right there. So then you can have it help hold things. That's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and finish up these other ones here. So here's how this works. You take this part right here, you take this part here, and then you don't mess it up. You got to make sure and look at it here. And then you take and do this right here. This sits into here. Then you take your spring here. This is where it's disastrous. The spring could go flying. Then you take this part right here, and you have to line this up so that the screw holes are right. It's nice that they didn't just put it in the middle, they put it in the back, and then you take this and then push down and hope that you don't let go, and the thing goes everywhere, and then you see that like that. And then I need 2 screws right there. So we'll get those into place. So while I'm doing that, I don't have an AMS, but it pauses in the models and change the color midstream. So on that, do you have you have one color on one spool and one on the other? Is it, or spool holder? Is that what you're doing, Evil J? The interesting thing about the AMS is, like doing my Gridfinity stuff right now, which I have, I'm only using the HT1, which is black. I haven't tried a multicolor print yet. I can't wait to try my first one. I know it adds time to the printing process, but I will say, being able to just do it and step away and not have to think about it and come back and there's a color print, the time is not going to be as big a factor because I know I can just go to work or go to bed and next morning or the next day. Some of these prints, this print I'm doing right now, it was 13-hour print. And it's just a bunch of Gridfinity stuff on a single plate, so I could knock it all out at once. And when it pops out, it's going to be really good. I look forward to it. So pretty cool. Yes, just unload one spool during the pause and load another one. Gotcha. All right, there we go. There's our second one. So you can see how that works right there. Those are kind of cool. I like those. They look good too. I like the multicolor on them as well. So let's get this one together. And let me also say apologies that I've not been able to get to everybody's chat. Normally, during my live streams, I typically hit a bunch of chats, but I need to focus. If I'm doing chats, we would never get out of here. So I really wish, this is Taro says, I really wish I had that Centauri, the carbon. Is that the one that you're thinking about? I think it's a Centauri. Oh man, the Centauri carbon, right? Some of these little tiny screws, they just drive me nuts. This should not be that difficult, but in a teeny tiny little screw. Let me look back. Although he probably already left. Yeah, I think Taro, I think Jamie did leave. Let's see. Let me just scroll back here and see if I missed anything. I stream Slay Radio when I'm working. Slay Radio. I don't know that. What is Slay Radio? That sounds, it's all Commodore Amiga remixes. I wonder if that would get flagged. I'm curious, Evil J. Do you think that that would get flagged if I were to run those? I've had that happen before where I've played mod files and I get a copyright hit. And I don't understand that unless I guess some folks have copyrights on some of their mods. I don't know. Or it's just copyright, whatchamacallits, the folks just trying to do that. I hate the way YouTube does that. I wish you had a little more flexibility, and I wish they didn't take so much of your monetization for a stupid little audio track too. This is why the record industry is dead right now, because they're greedy. And it's worse now for artists, which is bad, because some artists would be happy to let you push their music, but it's just weird. All right, there we go. We got them. That's pretty cute. Look like little droids, don't they, on my little stand? So to hold something, what I would do is this right here. And let's say I wanted to hold this part while I solder. Then what I could do is push this here. That holds that. Push this here. If I needed another one, I could do this right here. And then hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. And then I could just pop this off and solder. And if my wire hadn't been broke, I would have had a little place for a light. All right, let's go ahead and pull this out. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, for a travel on the go, this is really going to be kind of a cool kit. All right, let's see what's next. How much time do I have? Oh, yeah, we got time. Let's go. Let's do some more. So you can see that here. The next one is our next module. Let's go ahead and hit that. Next one is the cable spool. This one looks like this is not going to take as long. Oh, cable for, now it did not come with, I don't think, oh, it does. Look at that. Just to share with you what I'm talking about. Look, we get a USB-C cable even with it. So it even comes with that. Man, the deluxe kit is the way to go. You get everything. So we need this part, and I'll show you the parts here as I always do. Just a minute. Looks like this is going to go pretty quickly, guys. Do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need this yellow one right here. Oh, looks like, oh, goodness, I have, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I guess I should put that together. Looks like I have four helping hands. I didn't put them all together. So let me go ahead and, while that's on my mind, I can do that when I do the spool holder too. So that should be pretty easy. So let me grab that. Let me grab 2 more of these. That makes sense. That makes sense why I have spares. So let me grab that. So what I'm doing is grabbing the parts for this. I had another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I need 2 of these and 2 of these. So we'll put those together. And then I'm getting the stuff for my spool holder together here. And I think that gets that. Let's just go ahead and let's see. I need 4. I need 4 of these for the 4. No, I don't need. Yeah, I need 4 for that. So I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Yeah. doesn't really matter. Let me put those over here. I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. And we need 2 over here for this project. And then we need 4 for this guy's over here. So we'll just do all this at once and knock it out. And we'll go ahead and do the spool holder first. Let's do that. And then we'll come back and put this back together. Now my 3D printer is done because it has completely stopped. And I can hear the spool. It's taking out the PLA of the spool. By the way, did you guys mention if you could... Hey, see you later, Phil. Sorry. Didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Did you all tell me if you could hear the 3D printer in the back? Oh, there it went. Yeah, it's done. I just got the done notification. So that's cool. That's something else that I'll have done. Oh, man, these little things are tough. So the spool, that's kind of cool. So that's going to go in like that. I will say the engineering around this in the assembly, this is really kind of cool. How they've just, you know, figured out how to make a little tool here so that you can put everything together. If I can get this one in this little place right here. Oh, again, I do think if I 3D printed these parts, they might even be better than what they're providing. But gosh, let me go ahead and push that one down. Oh. There we go. All right. See that there? All right. While I'm doing the magnets, let's go ahead and get these into this one too. All right. What time is it? All right. Good. Still got time. All right, so that's in, and then let's go back and check our instructions for our spool reel here. Let's go back. All right, so looks like we want to take this. Oh, this is tricky. Let's see. How does that work? Show me that again. How to assemble. Okay, here we go. Oh, they actually have a video on this one, guys. Let's see what they say. Okay, here's that. So this. Well, this is tricky. You guys seeing this? Yeah, this is okay. I've seen the video. Now let's see if we can figure this out. This is going to be tricky. All right, here we go. So what we've got to do is I've kind of got this on here. So this just kind of fits into place. Now see, this would have been nice if, you know, multicolor printer, you could just 3D print this sucker together. You wouldn't even have to put it together. I don't know why they decided they needed multicolor on this, because you could have just done this as a single piece instead of this. Because it is tricky. It does not want to sneak up on there. Looks like I'm getting it. Let's see that kind of sitting on there. I mean, it's working. Just don't know that it was worth the extra color. Maybe. So I'm trying to get that flat on there. It does not want to stay. There we go. So it feels like there's a little ledge, and that it does snap in there. That's pretty amazing, actually. Once it got it snapped on there, that was pretty good. Okay, what's next? So we have that, and then this part. like it's going to go down there. Okay, so it looks like this is going to go, and there's a little ridge. You can see that little ridge right there. This is going to snap down on that ridge. Now, did it matter where? It doesn't really matter. It's a kind of random location, so that's good. So this is, let's see if we can get this on here. This is going to snap right on, got to try and get it in that little ridge right there, that ledge. And I could see going too far, and then you're going to have to come back up. So I'm trying to avoid pushing it too far. There we go, got it. There we go, you can see that there. All right, so what's next? Let's see. Let's go to our next one. Looks like that's going to drop down onto our holder. So it's got to go this way. All right, so what we're looking at is this gets dropped right into here, like that. Well, that's pretty spiffy, isn't it? All right, let's go back. Then, now I got to figure out how I spool this thing in. How does that work? How does the cable go in? Wait, where are my cable instructions? Oh, that's cool. It goes into a little charger there, or you can charge it that way. Let's see, where is, how do we get the cable actually in there? Did they show that? Now see, they showed the cable there. Interesting. Did they, what did I miss? Let's back up a little bit. Yeah. What is that? I'm not sure what they just did there with that cable. Let me see, is there audio? Maybe I need some audio here. Let's see. I don't have any audio coming out of there. Let's make this full screen. Let's see if we can see what's going on here. Most likely went 2 colors for yellow, black uniformity, the rest. Yeah, has anybody figured this out yet? So there's, I see that. It's pointing out. Oh, I think I see what's going on. Okay, so I think what's going on is, let me show you guys what I think is going on here. So what we're trying to do is there's a little notch right here. See that? And then we half the cable right here. And then we're going to take this little area right here that we have, and that is going to go in here like this. So it's kind of catching as like a little hook. Let me move this up just a little bit there. Yeah, there we go. So that does that like this. And then once I get that in there, if I take this and move this around, that'll hold that in there like this. See that? There we go. So that's kind of locked in there. So now we can put this on right here like this. And then it should, right? It should roll up. Let's see if we've done this right. Look at that. And it looks like I need to get those through there. So before I get 2 out of the way, let me go ahead and pull this off and run those through here like this. I messed up my thread. So let me go ahead and we'll just pull it out. There we go. Let's try it again. Let's do it from the beginning here so that they're together. So we'll start here. We'll put both of these in here. One here, one here. There we go. And then we'll come in here, do this, like this. There we go. So now those are thread through there. And then we will just wind this up. And it looks like it's just kind of auto winding it for us. Look at that. Well, that's pretty spiffy. And I didn't get it quite, or it could just be the, maybe, there we go. There you go. And then you could just pull it out as you need it and then wind it back up. So then this goes in here. Let's see, how do I want to do that? Some way. There we go. And then we can pull it as we need it. And then we can roll it back up to when we're done. Looks like you have the middle of the cable go on either side of the black cutout. Did I do that wrong? What did I do? Let's see. Or were you just saying earlier? Yeah, I think I got it right, guys. So that's good. Let's see. Yep, looks like I have it. Perfect. That is pretty cool. How much time? Oh, we're doing, let's see. Let me go ahead and see what our next one is. Wow, we've got the cable spool. We're down to, we've got a lot left. We got an accessory holder plus tweezers. That one seems pretty easy. It's got 6 magnets and the tweezer holders. So let's see if we can get this done pretty quickly here. That looks pretty cool. That is this piece right here. Let me get my parts. I like that. That looks really good. So we're going to need this. We got some parts. We'll go ahead and grab those. This is the last step, guys. Although I am going to see where the lovely accountant is on her work. And if she says, no, I need a little bit more time, then maybe we'll just keep going for a little bit longer. So we will do that. Let me see. Where's my... That's over here. So we also need what's in here, I think. Yes, we need that. And then we need 4 magnets. 6 magnets. 6 magnets. All right, got it. All right, so let's go ahead and show you what we have. So we have this holder right here. This is what's going in here. So these are the things that the holder's holding. So that's pretty easy. And then we just need to put these 4 magnets in. So we're pretty good at magnets right now. So let's go ahead and get those done. We're getting really good at the magnets. Although I'm going to have to, that tool does not work for every situation, especially where we've got these little tight, close quarters. Six magnets. You need to, no, you got it right. Great. Thanks. So again, we're not going to get done in this live stream. This is a lot longer than I actually thought it was going to be. I think, though, that I will see what my schedule looks like tomorrow night. I know I've only got a couple of nights this week again because we're traveling, but maybe tomorrow night. And so it would be later. A lot of you over the pond, you will be in bed when I do this because it would be after my normal work day. But I might go ahead and see if I can finish putting this together and do that live, because what I want to do is take all of this video, because I am recording it, and then maybe we'll make an edit that I can shrink it down. So, and then once I get it done, I will do as I mentioned at the very beginning, do a formal video on this. So, hey, I appreciate the 12 of you hanging out with me. The 12 of you are like my most helpful 12 too, which is really cool. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out and joining me and catching me at my errors and all those types of things. That's been great. It looks like there's, what is that thing in the middle? That is, what is that? Is that, what is C? C is the knife. Oh, there's a knife. Oh, guys, I didn't know there's a knife in here. Look at that. Oh, look at this. This is cool. Check it out. There's an actual knife that came with it too. I guess this is, again, this is part of the deluxe kit. Oh, I like this. Check it out. So you've got a little knife, a little sharp blade. Check that. That's a sharp blade right there. Holy cow. All right, let's get this thing put together. So then this is, looks like, All right, let me go back here. I'm going to figure out how to put all this together. So, all right, so the knife goes in this way. All right. So this is how the knife goes in. You put it in this way and then drop it in. And I'm sure there's a couple of different ways it can go in there. So there's that. But yeah, so that's good. Let's put that there. And then you put your tips in here as well. Let me grab these guys. And what kind of tips do we have? They're all the same tips, it looks like. Okay. Oh no, they're all different tips. These are different tips. Oh, very cool. Let me show you what tips we have here. We have one that I showed you earlier. So we have two of these, and then we have a loop. We have a straight tip, and then the one that's actually on here is this one. So I really like that. And then you can pull these out like this. So when you store after it's cooled, then you can take all of these and put them in this little storage here to protect them. So let me go ahead and take the knife out first, because that would not be coming out as often. So it looks like you want to put those underneath here. It's a little tighter than I really want, because let me put the bigger ones on the outside here. Let's see if that works. And what I mean by big ones are the larger heads. See if that works better. It seems to be working better if I put those on the outside. Of course, if I put them down, that would be good too. And then maybe this one this way. Just takes a little getting used to. Oh man, see, now that one's on there. So I don't like the way that that works. It's a little almost too tight underneath there. So let's see if we can get it. Okay, user error. It's just me trying to get used to it. There we go. That makes sense. And then this one will go under here, and then this one goes here, and there we go. All right, so those are in there. Then we get the knife here. So that'll drop here. So it goes this way. That's right. Like that. And then your tweezers are supposed to go here. So I'm going to assume that these go in here, and this is like that. Let me check that, make sure. Yeah. Actually, is it the tweezers end out? No. Be the tweezer. Yeah, that way. Yeah, there we go. So, and then this one will go in here like this. And there you go. And then once you have everything where you want it, then you just figure out where you want it to stay and live in your little tray. All right. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to run upstairs just to see where the lovely accountant is. Let me see what our next step is and tell her what it might take if we were to do one more step. Looks like our next module is the wire stripper, which is gonna take a little bit more time. That's cool though, it's a wire stripper. So guys, hang out for just a second. I'm gonna put you on mute, and I think I will be, where's my little thing? I think I will be, there it is. I need to move that up. That's not where that needs to be. That needs to be up here. And I'm gonna put you on mute and I'll be right back. And by the way, for those of you who are familiar with it, you get your favorite little screen. So I'll be right back. All right, guys. Good news for me. She actually needs some more time, so she's going to let me know when she's ready. We have a secret little code that we can use, so we're going to continue on, and I can see if we can get more done. You know, the other thing I haven't done is put together this other helping hand. So let me go ahead and do that, and then while we're doing that, I can check on chat because I think I can do this. I think I can remember how to do it without any issues. Let me grab my other piece here. I forgot one of my pieces. And see how you guys are doing. You are showing me how to put mine together when I get it. Oh, hey, Beatles. Did you order one? Is that right? So you ordered one of these sets? Let's see. It'll probably loosen over use. Yeah, I think so. My thoughts too. Yay. Fantastic. This is what I mean by, this is what I love that. I got to put that on screen. This is a good one right here. Evil J always comes up with some good ones. Let me pull up here. This is what they mean. That should just stay up here. This is what they mean by some assembly required, for sure. So let me go ahead and get these guys put together here. Again, I've said it over and over. I don't know why I keep saying it, but I do think if some of these pieces I could print myself, and I think they would be better with the printer that I have, and maybe a different material on top of that. So I don't know. Hey, let's see. My thoughts too, once it has been played with, will it work itself to an easy fit and release? Yeah, some of this stuff I will, I'm sure, as you use it, will get better and better, or it'll get worse and worse, and I'll have to re-engineer it a little bit. Again, everything is open source, which means you can even go online and take the parts and redo them yourself. Again, I'm really curious. I'm going to spend some time, maybe while I'm traveling, since I'm doing some business travel, maybe I'll actually research a little bit and see what other neat things people have done with the solder community, in the solder community for this. I'm actually anxious to see how I'm going to get all this in here. I'm not sure how all that's going to fit in there. So I don't, hey, Ubili, that is so nice of you to do that. He says, thanks for showing us this neat and interesting soldering kit. The helping hands look real nice. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Usually on ad hocs, you know, I don't really push because it's just me hanging out, and a lot of people aren't really interested in that, but I really appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, Ubili, for that and for hanging out with us today. And hopefully, again, you've had to listen to my nonsensical chat through this, but really appreciate it that you're hanging out with me, and I guess enjoying it yourself. And just, you know, I think for most of you, it is just a chance for you to hang out with the community too, because we do have a great community. It's fun to hang out and kind of share. And again, you guys keep me straight too. So thank you so much again for that. I'm going to put that one's really nice of you. So I'm going to put that one back up there. Thank you so much for testing out the super chat feature to make sure it works. PC Expert will be happy to know that it is still working. He just wants to make sure it's working. So he's really good about getting that started for us. Let's see, let me go ahead and do this. And back here, oh man, I almost messed that one up. Let me fix that spring. Ooh, this is one of those situations where that spring could go horribly wrong. There we go, got it. And then we'll do those two smaller screws. Yeah, one good thing about this kit is it looks like it can be customized. And yes, and again, I do appreciate the open source nature of it. I am having problems locating. That's because, Stephen, you got it on the wrong way. There we go. Couldn't find the little holes because I had it 90 degrees, which isn't really going to work well. So there's that. I will say this is, I don't know. I forget exactly what I spent. I think I spent $2 and some change maybe on this kit. So thank you for those of you with the super chat. I will put that back into the channel. I guess I should say that too. I always put it, you all know that. Everybody in here right now is people that hang out with me. So you've heard it. I put the money back into the channel. So thank you for that. But I don't know if 250 is too much for this. I think there's a certain amount of, there's obviously some novelty. There is trying to get it over here from overseas. There's that. It's some interesting engineering. Somebody had to 3D print all this stuff. I'm sure they had a service that did that. Had to package it, all that. But I don't know. What do you think? I think it's $210 $240, $250. I don't know. Somebody can check online, and that's US dollars. But tell me, what do you think? Too much? Did I spend too much? What do you think about that? I printed some helping hands a while back. There's some good stuff on Maker World. Have a look at that. Yeah, and if you've got these little magnets, and you've got you could do some addition, you could, for this kit, which is really cool, as long as you put those little magnets in there and make sure you build that in, then that would be a part of this kit too, which I think that's what kind of makes this kind of cool. All right, looks like that other helping hand is done. There we go. So you get 4 helping hands. Pretty cool. All right, now where were we? Let's go back. We were going to put together our wire cutter. This is pretty cool. You actually get a wire cutter. So let me start pulling the pieces out for the wire cutter. That is kind of nifty, not going to lie. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing something. Let's see. There it is right here. A little set of wire cutters. That's cool. And I'm going to need small screws. I've got those out. I need the last spring. Here we go. We need the last spring. So we're going to grab that. So the wire cutter is going to have a spring. And then the other thing we need are these really, and I got to be careful with this, these really sharp blades right here. See that? So I should have got some scissors while I was out, but I did not. So we'll just do the old don't do this at home trick. And we'll dump these guys out. All right. Come on. 1 and 2. There we go. All right. So now I think we have everything we need for that. I don't know if we need those little, let's see. I think that's it for that. Okay. And then we're going to need 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 6. All right. So, hey, look at it. We're doing all right. So this is what we have. We have our parts and pieces right here. And then let's go ahead and we need 2 magnets. So the magnets are going to go into this little part right here. So let's go ahead and grab our 2 magnets. Looks like we might have more magnets than we need, which I'm glad. And I need to find out what size these are and see if I can purchase some more of these magnets, because I might want to create my own stuff and components, right? So let's go ahead, and I think this one I can actually use my tool again. Right there. We haven't talked about the weather. I usually talk about the weather. We went from snow at the beginning of the week to 80 degrees today. Over 82 today, I think, is something like that. Talk about this as well. I 3D printed. Oh, I already did that. What am I doing? Is this on Thingiverse? I'm not sure if it's on Thingiverse. Hey, good to have you on. Thanks for popping in for a few minutes. At the very beginning of the chat, I put in a link to this page right here, and there is a link to where everything is for it. I think I'm not sure if it's on Thingiverse. It may be. I'm just not sure. So check that out. I'm looking at prices of soldering stations on Amazon, and for what you have, it seems like it's worth the price. It seems, and all fit in such a nice pack. Yeah, I think, yeah, I agree. I think that it's the longevity of this thing that'll be more. But, you know, I don't know that it's designed to be your primary station either. I think it's designed to be one of those things that you take with you, and you're occasionally using it. I don't think you're going to be using it all the time. So maybe it'll last. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I got those in. We're going to go back to the instructions here. And so I have that. Step 2. Now, this is going to be tricky. I'm going to have to be careful with this. So that is this piece right here. And you get an extra, oh wait, the blade's probably going to go on the other side. So let me get everything in place first, and then I'll get you caught up with me here. So there's this, and looks like this is going to go here. Okay, so here's what we have, I think. So this little blade goes in here on this particular piece here. Now I'm going to have to be very careful because I'm going to need to make sure that it goes in the right way. And then there should be a screw that goes in here. So I'm going to go ahead and screw that in first. Let's see which screw. Oh, that's the small one. Okay, I already know that because I already pulled those out. So let me grab that and grab our screwdriver. Nice shot of my elbow there. And that's going to go in here and tighten in. That's kind of cool. That's pretty solid. I don't think I want to over tighten it, that's for sure. All right, so that's good. And then on the back here, or on the top, you take this little piece, and this is just for showing. There we go. Kind of nice. So that part is done. Let's go back to our next one. Oh, itch here on my nose. So then, oh, this is where it gets tricky. So I also need to put let's go ahead and get that one in here. So we got to put the other blade in here. And then that's going to get its own screw. Let me see, did I do that right? Let's see. I want to make sure. Yeah, I need to flip that around. There we go. Glad to check that. Careful not to cut myself. There we go. And then we got to put a screw in here for that. Okay, that one's in. All right, and then looks like, oh, it gets really tricky now. So then we've got, holy moly, that. Spring, man, that's a lot to put together, don't you guys think? Oh, Jiminy Christmas. And I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but I really need to see both of these things at the same time, and then I'll get you caught up. But that is there. That another one of those springs that could just go everywhere on me. So I think, yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is going to be tricky if I don't do this right. So I'm going to, first of all, get this on, and I'm going to add some screws because it's going to get really hard to try and get all this together. This part looks kind of shoddy as far as a print. Again, I wouldn't mind actually redoing that one myself, but we'll see. Don't need to, just could look better, I think. So we'll go ahead and screw this one on first. And I'm not going to tighten it down so it's so tight that it won't let this is actually should flex. So that's good. Let me go ahead and tighten this just a little bit more. I'll put it flush. If I do it flush, I think this will still, yeah. Okay, so then that one's on. So then we should be able to put our spring. And this is where it gets tricky. And there's little guides here. So I think if I put that in there like this, there we go. That's got to go, you got to be careful with this because that's got to go over the front of that. And then this is going to go in here. So let me check here, make sure I'm doing everything okay. Yep, that looks right. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those screws in before I can't. Okay, that one's in. And we'll put this side in. And I think when I put that in, I just learned how this actually works. Look at that. So there's our little wire strippers. So let me go ahead and put this here. All right, so there it is. So I think what happens is you put your wire strip, your wire, although it seems kind of awkward here. It seems like it's, see all the play? Maybe this goes, I don't think that goes over the front. Let's see if I've done something wrong. This does not, this just doesn't seem like, but that seems right because they're both, no, you know what? This one needs to be turned around. I made a mistake. This one needs to flip over. Pretty sure that's right. Let's see. That one's flat. Yep. I got them backwards. Dag nabbit. So what I've got to do is I'm going to have to reverse these blades. So that's, at least that's not something that's difficult. Actually, maybe I just have to reverse the one. No, I'll need to reverse both of them. Okay. Wow. I was 0 for 2 on that one. Is that right? Wait a minute. Is that right? It is right. Okay. I had to look at that. Okay. And then we'll get this one. Now this bothers me when I have to unscrew it, and because I feel like I'm wearing the threads out. Well, there's no threads, but wearing out the area for that. All right, so let's get this one back in here. Although the second time is a lot easier, that's for sure. Okay, so now that should be, and then let's get this. You know what? I think I messed that up again. Okay. So this, okay, well, wait a minute, here we go. So that's like this. I did. I had one of them right. Oh man, I did. I had one of them right originally. This is confusing. Okay, this has been the most confusing part, is which way do you get these blades? That is very bizarre. And I'm not, honestly, I'm not sure that these cutters are going to be that great to begin with. Let's see. All right, now Stephen, get it right this time. So if this is, now see, I let that fall out and I don't remember which side I had that on. All right, let me check again. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, I think I have it right this time. I say that. Okay, so that one goes that way and that one goes that way. I think I've got it right this time. I'm not sure I really understand how these work. So let's go back and see. Note the wire strippers operate one smooth motion. Press down to cut, then it should slide forward easily to remove the insulation. So, oh, I see. Yeah, so I think what's happening is, and I have to try it on a piece of wire. I do not have one, but you put the wire in between there, and then you just simply take it like this and do this, and it's supposed to strip and pull that back all at one step. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that's going to work? I wish I had a piece of wire I could try that on. I have the small thing that was broken, but I'm not going to do that because I need to send them a picture of that. So I guess that's the way that's supposed to work, right? Huh, very interesting. And then did we put, let's see. Yeah, there we go. So it's got a little half thing. So this would actually fit in here too. So we can put that right there. Okay, so that one's done. All right, the wire cutters are done. That be interesting to try that. What do you guys think? You think the wire strippers are going to work? Looks tricky. The knife blades need to slide over each other with pretty tight tolerance. Yeah, it's really going to be. I feel like it might work if you just stick a small wire in there, and then in just one stroke, what you're supposed to do is just do that. Well, not that. Oh yeah, I guess it is that. It does this, and then with that little gap, as it's moving away, it's stripping the wire that width. Now, if that works, that's actually going to be pretty cool. I've just never experienced a wire stripper like that, but I don't know. I'm anxious to try it though, not going to lie. All right, so let's see what we have. We've done. So here's an example. Let's see what they do. Yep, that's what I was doing. And then you just put your wire in there and boom. No, if it's that good. There was a cut there. We didn't really see the whole thing. So, all right, let's go to our next one. Next module. Let's see. We did the wire stripper. Let's do the flush cutter holder. That shouldn't be hard. Yeah, this is going to be pretty easy. Oh, that's nice. We do get flush cutters, which is nice. So I'll pull that out. We also get that. And we've used the other one for our magnets, and then we're going to need 4 magnets. So we'll drop off some magnets here. So we have those. And then we need this part right here, which is what we were using originally, I believe. Yeah, it is. All right. So let me show you what we have here. So we've got, this is what we've been using with the tool to put in the magnets, right? So that's kind of cool there. So we're going to put this together. So now we finally need to actually put in magnets in this. So let's do that. I can't believe there are 16 of you still hanging in there. So thanks so much for hanging in there. I appreciate it. And again, I want to thank our 2 super chatters today too. I was just looking at it. I was reminded that was done by looking at my little dashboard here. So again, thank you to Ubly, and I believe, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This is what I do whenever I say names. Who was our first one? Hold on. Who was it? It was, I can't believe I can't remember. Ubly, there we go. Ubly, and I'm missing somebody. Or did I get both of them? I think I got both of them, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, good. If I didn't, apologies. I thought I did. I don't know. I'm so confused on these things. All right. You can 3D printer magnet applicator that stores the magnets in the handle and just twist it to extend one more magnet. I like that. That would be, if you're doing one of these, that would be good. Okay, so then let's figure out how we put everything in here. I mean, that's basically it for this step. So let's go back here and go back to our Mac and see how we put that in. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that just kind of goes there. Ah, very cool. Okay, so I think I've got this. So let me show you how this works. So you basically have this. You drop these guys in there like this, and the magnets actually hold those into place, which is nice. And then your little side cutters, that just goes in there like this and holds it in there. Look at that. How cute is that? Will that fit over here? So that I'm going to put that right here for now. Get it out of the way. And then you can put this in here like that. Look at that. Is all this stuff going to stay in place whenever I move it around? Let's see where they actually want. Yeah, so it is there. All right. So we have done that one. Let's see. Oh, they want to go up. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so according to them, we should do this like this and like this. Although I don't know why we would want to do that one way or another, I guess. Maybe it'll just stay into place longer and better, especially if you do something like that. It won't fall, probably. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how I get all of these in here. So very cool. All right. Nope, that's my desk view. We haven't been using the desk view. I'm sorry for you guys who want the top view. Again, I apologize. I just think this is probably better. And there's, oh, that's kind of interesting. You can also use that. Oh, did you guys see that? So you can actually take this, pull this out, and on this side, you can actually use it to help tighten something up. That's kind of cool with either one of those. And it's not that great though. See how it's kind of moving around, but you could use it as a quick, I don't know that I would do much with that, but who knows? Pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and put this back in here. Oh, hello. Let's see if these will fit in here. Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and start putting these guys up. Oh, look at that. Those actually fit perfectly. Check that out. So see, we're already starting to get it, everything where we need it, and then we can just grab what we want. Look at that. That's efficient right there. All right, let's go back to our Mac. Let's go to our next module. Heck, as fast as this is going, maybe we'll actually finish. Now we need our Flux syringe. This one doesn't look like it's, I'm going to have to move my thing. I can't see the screen on this one. This one looks pretty quick. Let me grab my parts. We need this. We need our 2 rubber rings. Got that. We need our syringe cover, which I saw that earlier. Yeah, here it is. So this is kind of nice. This is for your Flux. Okay, I think I can set, what is that? Those look like blades of some kind. We'll hold on to that. So I have that, I have that. I need this guy right here. I need a couple of magnets. Got those. And then I need this guy right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. All right. And then let's go ahead and assemble. So let me show you what I have. Okay. So I've got to do 2 magnets in there. I'm going to go ahead and do, oh, I'm going to need my tool back though, aren't I? Let me go ahead and pull this back out because this is, I need this. So let's grab this one right here, I think will be better. There we go. And let's get our magnets back in here. Getting really good on these magnets now, guys. I need to get that 3D print. I put some pictures of one of, I printed in Discord a while back. Well, you can 3D. Oh, okay, great. I guess this would be a good time for those of you, if there are any, I'm looking at who's here. I think all of you are maybe already. If you're not supporting the channel, remember you can do that down below. Join, get a membership, and then you can join the Discord where we not only talk retro computers, but as 3D, or as Evil J said, we talk about 3D printing tools, all that kind of stuff. So I love the Discord. I don't get in there as much as some of you do. That's how popular it is with those of you in there. So we just have a good group of folks who are supporting each other, sharing ideas. It's just been fabulous. So you can do that. Go down and get a membership. If you're not a member, you can get in at the VIC 20 level, and then that will get you membership into the Discord. The pet level will not, just as just letting you guys know. Okay, so you got to come in at the VIC 20, but you know, if you can support higher, if you'd like to do that too, and that is a monthly fee, but that does get you in our Discord. So got the rubber seals on that. Got that on there, the magnets. Let's go back here and see what else we do next. So it looks like a little green thing here. So let's show you what that looks like here. And then this one. Now, the one that I have is not that cyan, but so what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here. It's like a little cap, it looks like. And then you twist and turn that. See, that stuff fits in there and turns. So that's not coming out unless you get it just right, which is nice because that'll seal it and keep it fresh. There we go. And then this is kind of cool. You get a little place for your tip right there. Look at that. And then let's see. Okay, so that is like this. All right, so it looks like this goes into here, and then this slides into here. Right there. And this goes this way. All right, I think I just got my signal, guys, that it may be time for me to go. This may be our last step for today, but let's go ahead and put this on here. Let's get this out of the way for us, which that's going to sit right there. And let's make sure I've got that. And then you can see how you use it right here. So you put your solder flux in it. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That is pretty cool. Let me check our next module here. And that is where I'm going to have to stop. So the next thing I'm going to do is the smartphone microscope, the multimeter, the solder braid spooler, and the tip cleaner. Now, again, I am out of time, so I have to leave. I apologize. We didn't get done, but I will see if I can find some time potentially tomorrow or Tuesday night. And while I'm putting this back up, we will see, folks, if we can finish this up. I want to thank all of you for joining me today and the opportunity to spend time with me. Again, thank you for the super chats. For those of you who did, check this out. I'm putting all this back together. This is a pretty cool kit, not going to lie. Again, plan to do a formal review on this a little bit later. I'll give you one little shot. Here's what we got done today. We got the holder. And I guess I should put this up, right? Well, does this actually have, oh yeah, this has a magnet on it too. I forgot about that. So even your solder iron and this, so this is what we have done so far. So you can see it all stacks up really nicely. I'll leave it like this. We'll come back hopefully in a day or two. Oh, and here's our solder spool and everything. We can put that in there as well. Oh, it doesn't have the magnets in, I bet. Oh, no, wait, it's on this side. Okay, there we go. We'll finish up. So that is it for me, folks. Thanks again for joining. I appreciate the 20 or so that just kind of hung out with me today. These are always fun to do. Thanks for the build. Take care as well to you too. Go fill her up, Phil. Have a great time. Be safe, everybody. Builds on these have been very fun. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's just me kind of chattering on, but it's good to have you. The aunt had a gallon off. Oh yeah, you can't pass that up. Yes, exactly. So, all right, guys, that is it for me. retroCombs out. Thanks again. I'll see you. We'll try and get part 2 done, which should be a lot quicker the next time. All right. Bye, guys. See ya.